Good morning, children. Welcome to the online class. How are you, children? Children, in our previous class, we have discussed about friction and what types of forces are acting in the vertical direction. We have discussed up to then, that children. So in this today's class, again we are going to revise previous class and we will continue further, children. So the title of our second lesson is friction. Friction. This is a subtopic, children. We already discussed this friction concept in the chapter 1 only, children. That is in the chapter 1 force. We discussed frictional force. Okay. In that, what we discussed, children, frictional force is nothing but the resistance to the motion of the object, resistance to the movement of a body, resistance to the movement of a body. To any body, children, frictional force should be present. If there is no frictional force, then in order to do any kind of activity, we fails in that, children. So I am standing on the floor, children. If there is no friction, I will slip on the floor. If there is no friction between this chalk piece and the tip of the chalk piece and the board, definitely I cannot able to write on this board, children. Understand? So resistance means what? It offers less resistance. Resist means it stops, children. What, sir? I am not able to get the meaning of resistance clearly. So if you take a copper wire is a good conductor of electricity. You all know that. You all know that about that. So why it is a good conductor of electricity means because it offers less resistance. So all the electrons in that conductor will flow easily. Okay, it offers less resistance. But if you take this duster, can we able to pass the current through this duster? No, children, because it offers high resistance. If it offers high resistance, it cannot able to conduct the electricity to pass over these, children. So, but our bodies act as a good conductor of electricity, children. Okay, it offers less resistance. Our body offers very less resistance. That's the reason we are getting electric shocks. So, resistance means what? Stopping the path. Simply to say resist. If you go to the temple, the security guards will allow you one by one. Wait, after you have to go like that, one by one, the resistance. Okay, resistance to the movement of a body can be considered as friction. This is just a normal definition to the friction, but we'll go into the chapter when we'll discuss that, and I will say that clear definition regarding this friction. So children, in this class we are going to learn friction and its types, children. Friction and its types. And children, what types of forces along with the friction which were acting on a particular object will see, children. I already given example, children, the activity. So if you consider this as a table, if you place our PS textbook like this, PS textbook. So children, if you place PS textbook on the surface of the table, children, vertically, first we will discuss vertically. So children, before saying that, I am taking this PS textbook at this point, children, and I am gently pushing over the table. And when I apply net force, children, whatever the force you are applying to do any kind of activity is called as a net force, children. That is net force. Even to write with the chalk on the board also, that acts, that is nothing but net force. Understand? So you are applying some force, that is net force, on the PS textbook, gently to push it. on the surface of the table. Then children, this PS textbook acquires a large amount of speed, children, means it is in acceleration, and after reaching this point it slows down its acceleration. What is the reason why it stopped at this point? It may stop at this point, no? You can think like that, children, because some force is acting on the book, children. Some force is acting on the PS textbook, which makes the PS textbook not to move in the forward direction. Means it is stopping its acceleration, children. It is bringing the PS textbook into deceleration. Okay, children. So, what type of forces are acting in vertically as well as horizontally? We'll see one by one, children. First, we'll say vertical. Vertical means this one. Okay, the direction, straight direction is considered as vertical. So, children, I already said that even you are sitting on a bench, definitely frictional force continuously acts on you, children. It continuously pulls you down, but table is giving support. Yes or no? That bench on which you are sitting is giving support to you in order not to fall down. So in the same case here too, continuously gravity is acting, children. Gravitational force, understand, children? W is acting. Okay, gravitational force is acting vertically down, children. Vertically down. And at the same time, the table, the surface of the table giving support not to fall down. Who? To the PS textbook. So it is providing reaction force. You are giving action force, no? Then I am giving reaction force. So for every action there is a reaction. You have learned, I think you have not learned, you will come to learn in class 9. But you have listened this term. When you throw a ball on the wall, definitely it comes back. You have done an action, it gives you the reaction. Yes or no? So that in the same way, the table is also giving reaction force, means nothing but normal force, children. It is supporting the PS textbook not to fall down. So in order to support, it is acting towards upward direction. It is acting towards downward direction. So both forces are acting in opposite direction. One is acting vertically down, one is acting vertically upward. Both these forces are balanced. Okay, children. And next, coming to the horizontal direction. Here, children, in vertical direction, children, in the vertical direction, do you notice that there is any change in the book? Is it moving towards up or towards down? No. In the vertical case, you are not at all noticing whether the book is going towards up or not. Means here there was no change in its motion. So here the net force is 0. So directly write W minus capital N. Capital W minus capital N equal to 0. That's nothing but capital W equal to capital N. Okay. Means capital W refers for gravitational force, capital N refers for normal force. Okay, there was no net force, no? If minus N comes after equal to, what its condition changes? To the positive condition, children. So here in the vertical case, there was no net force acting. Understand? So there was no change in it. But coming to the horizontal direction, children, you have applied some net force in order to move from here to here. Okay, on the PS textbook. But children, actually coming to this point, it slowed down its acceleration. Who slowed down? Who slowed down, children? Children, the surface of the table only applying force on the book. Understand? The surface of the table only providing some force. Okay, against the motion of direction. Motion of direction is this side, no? The book is moving from here to here, no? The frictional force acting in this direction. In order to make the PS book not to go forward, means here the frictional force is acting here, and that makes the PS textbook to come to the stop position. Means here the book is moving in this direction, the surface of the table providing force in the opposite direction. Okay, children, here there was a movement and it completely came to the stop position. Understand? In the horizontal direction. Understand, children? In the horizontal direction, whether the net force is acting or not. Yes, children. Previously, you have applied some net force in order to make the PS textbook. You gently pushed on. Yes or no? In the same way, coming to this point, it came to stop position. By whom? By the frictional force. It is acting against the motion of direction. This arrow refers for motion of direction. Motion of direction. If there is no frictional force, it will go to America also. Understand? That's okay. But frictional force is acting. Understand, children? So frictional force is acting. That causes the book not to go forward. Understand? So in the horizontal direction, net force is being applied by whom, children? By the table surface. Okay. Understand? Here the definition for friction, the force of friction is the force being applied by the surface of the table on the book, children. On the book. The force applied by the surface of the table on the book is called frictional force. That is nothing but FF. Understand, children? The force applied by the surface of the table on the PS textbook on the surface of the book is nothing but frictional force. Right now we'll see lab activity and we'll discuss what is sliding friction, what is static friction, children. This is very important activity, children. You have to focus more on it. I will give the definition for friction, children. Don't worry. Actually, I want to say some more other part. After then, I will give the definition regarding that. So this is lab activity, children. Here we are aiming to find the acceleration and the nature of friction, children. Okay, here we are aiming to find the acceleration and the nature of the friction. What is acceleration, children? What is acceleration? I think you don't have any idea about this term acceleration. Only some of the students know it. Acceleration is nothing but what, children? When a body with a speed, with some speed, when a body have some speed moving in a same straight line. Okay, children, when the speed of a body, simply to say the speed of the body when it is moving in a straight line changes its speed continuously, children. Changes its speed continuously. That is nothing but acceleration. Simple example, you are riding the bike. You have started your initial position, initial acceleration of 0, children. Everyone which starts with the 0, and suddenly 0 to 30 you increased your acceleration. Okay, and 30 to 45 next second, and again you deducted, means you decreased from 45 to 25, again you brought to 50. Here you are regularly changing your speed. Yes or no? 0 to 30, 30 to 45, again coming back to the 25. This 25 is nothing but deceleration, and 50, children, and 50. So here you are continuously changing the speed of that object. This is nothing but acceleration. Coming to the definition, the rate of change of velocity, children. The rate of change of velocity. So children, acceleration definition you will learn clearly in the class 9, children, but I am giving in clear. Okay, children, acceleration means the rate of change of velocity of an object at regular intervals or with respect to the time is called acceleration. You are changing continuously your speeds. 0 to 30, 30 to 45, again coming back to 25, means some speed breaker or someone is in front of you that caused your bike to reduce your speed. So you came to 25, again you accelerated to 50. Okay, so changing the speeds at regular intervals is considered as acceleration. And what is the nature of friction? What nature of frictions are there? We'll see in this activity. So children, for this activity there are some materials we require, children. We require some materials. What are that, you know, children? I'm writing here. First of all, you need a horizontal table, children, to perform the entire activity. Next, toy trolley, children. Toy trolley. You have played in your childhood days. Toy trolley. And next, pulley. Small wooden block. And block. Inextensible string, children. Inextensible string. Weights. You need weights, children. And you also need weight hanger. I will explain all these, children, don't worry. So the materials which you are required to perform this activity is nothing but, first of all, a table, horizontal table, toy trolley. I think you have placed some of the loads in the toy trolley used to move the trolley, yes or no? So you need toy trolley. Pulley, children, you know pulley. Pulley is used in the wells to lift the water through the buckets, yes or no? And small wooden block, children. Inextensible string means the string which would not be extend. If you take some strings, if you extend or if you stretch it, it may stretch, yes or no, some strings. But here you want to take the inextensible string, means the string which should not be stretched at all. And weights, you need some weights, 50 grams, 100 grams, 150 grams, like that. And weight hanger. What is weight hanger? In the weight hanger, you have to place the weights in the weight hanger. Understand? So children, I will clearly explain the entire structure. First of all, you want to take one table, children. On the table, you have to, so I will draw it that. You come to understand clearly. On the horizontal table, I am placing a toy trolley, children. On the surface of the toy trolley, I am keeping a small wooden block. I am placing a small wooden block at the surface of the toy trolley, and I am tying inextensible string to one end. Okay, to one end of the trolley, children. And that string is passed over the pulley. This is the pulley, children. Okay, this one other end of the inextensible string is tied to a weight hanger. In the weight hanger, we use it to place weights. Okay, and you assume that this chalk piece has 50 grams of stone. I am placing over it. Okay, actually it was not staying here. I am just saying 50 grams. So means 50 grams of weight when you put in the weight hanger, definitely the pulley moves and the string also moves. Then what will happen, children? You have to only notice whether the block is not moving or not. Whether the block is moving or not. Children, when you put 50 grams of stone or any weight in the weight hanger, the toy trolley moves along with the wooden block, children. Wooden block. Okay, children. The wooden block along with the toy trolley, the wooden block also moves. Again keep 100 grams of weight in the weight hanger. Again it starts to move along with the wooden toy trolley. Okay, it never moves right side. It never moves right side, children. It moves along with the toy trolley towards the left direction. Towards the left direction. Here you want to notice is accordingly with respect to the surface of the toy trolley. With respect to the, this is the surface now. Respect to the surface of the toy trolley, the wooden block is at rest, children. With respect to the surface of the toy trolley, the wooden block is at rest, children. But with respect to the surface of the table, the wooden block is in motion. Okay, children. Simple example: you are sitting in a railway bogie, nothing but compartment. On the surface of the train, you are sitting. You actually feel that you are at rest. Okay, you will all talk to each other. Kal, I was at rest. We'll say like that. But if I was at outside of the train, you are all moving in a train compartment. I will think that, and I will say that you are in motion. You are in motion because you are traveling along with the train with respect to me. Here I am taking a reference as me, and with respect to reference of me, the train is continuously moving, and in which you are sitting also moving. So you are at motion, but you assume that we are simply sitting now. We are at rest. Okay, children. Children, there was a lot of activity to discuss. Children, here with respect to the surface of the toy trolley, the wooden block is at rest position. But with respect to the surface of the horizontal table, the wooden block is in motion. You have to consider that, children. So you have to continuously put the weights in the weight hanger. Then the acceleration starts. Okay, more acceleration will be produced, and children at certain limiting point, at certain limiting weight or limiting acceleration, at certain limiting weight or limiting acceleration, children, the wooden block which is over the surface of the toy trolley will move to the right side, children. Right now it moves to the right side. What is this logic, sir? Simple, children, simple example. So if you are sitting in a bus, children, if the driver accelerates, your all bodies tend to move at backside. Yes or no? If the condition of the bus is moving in the forward direction, your body acts to move in the backward direction, children. In the same way, here the toy trolley is moving in the forward direction, but only at limiting, children. Limiting means that point, at that point only. Okay, previously at 50 grams we not noticed any movement in the wooden block, and 100 grams nothing, 150 grams nothing, 300 grams the toy trolley on which the wooden block is there, it is moving towards right side. Means at that point only, at that limiting weight and limiting acceleration, the toy trolley on which the wooden block is there, that is moving towards the right position. Okay, towards the right position. Here the friction is there, but due to the limiting weight, you are keeping 300 grams now, and due to the acceleration, with lot amount of force of acceleration, the wooden block is moving towards right position. Okay, here understand, children, at certain limiting weight and limiting acceleration only, the wooden blocks move towards the right. Okay, right now we'll see what is static friction and sliding friction. Children, both static friction and sliding friction are present in this activity only. Okay, we have to clearly observe that. First of all, we'll see sliding friction. What is sliding friction? Okay, sliding friction is the friction, okay, on which the surface of one object slides over the surface of another object. Okay, understand children? Sliding friction is the friction which slides of one surface on the another object. Simple children, you only will do this activity. I think you might have done skating in your classes. Okay, if you take that floor as one surface of object, your legs act as another surface of object. So you are sliding, you are running and you are sliding. So children, here too sliding friction is acting here children. Here the surface of the table on which the toy trolley is present, it is sliding. It is moving children. Here this surface acts as one object and the surface of wheels act as the another object. So here sliding friction is happening children. Due to what children? Due to weight. Okay, if there is zero weight, is there any movement children? No, nothing. If you are 50 grams, little movement. 100 grams, a little more. 300 grams, more. So that's the reason here sliding friction is acting children. Sliding friction is the friction which comes into play when the surface of one object slides over the surface of another object. Understand children? Next, what is static friction? What is static friction? Children, static means rest children. Static means rest. What's a rest? If I am keeping simple example children, this is a chalk piece and I am keeping here and I am keeping here. Okay, after 150 years I came again to here. Just example. This chalk piece was here only children. After 150 years also. What's the reason? Because the chalk piece which I was kept here, on which there was no external force is acting children. External force means someone has to take it, or some air resistance should come and throw it, or some other objects may come and hit it. But here no external force is acting children. That's the reason it will be present more than 100 years also. Okay, static means rest. Children, clearly observe at 0 grams of weight, the block on which the surface of the toy trolley is there, it is at rest children. At 50 grams also at rest, at 100 grams also rest. But when I place it 300 grams, it is moving right. Okay, means before of 300 grams, it is present in the rest only now. It is not moving now. So that says static friction. Static friction is the friction which comes into play when surfaces of both objects, children clearly observe, when surfaces of both the objects are rest. Children, here the surface of the toy trolley is at rest and the wooden block which is placed on the surface also rest children. Both objects are rest relatively to each other. That is called as static friction. But after keeping 300 grams or more than 300 grams, it is sliding towards the right children, towards the right direction. Once again I am repeating, sliding friction is the friction which comes into play when surface of one object slides over another object. Means here this surface is nothing but table now. These are the wheels of a toy trolley now. This is another surface. Okay. On one surface, the wheels or surfaces are moving. That is sliding. Sliding means moving. Static means being at rest position. Both the toy trolley and the wooden block are at rest at 50 grams, 100 grams, 150 grams, 200 grams. But placing 300 grams, due to the certain limiting weight and certain limiting acceleration, it starts to move in the right direction children. Up to then it was stayed in the rest position. Yes or no children? So sliding friction and static friction. Right now I will give the definition for friction children. Friction is the resistance. Friction is the resistance to the relative motion. Friction is the resistance to the relative motion. Friction is the resistance which stops to the relative motion. Relative motion means what, children? Children, take me as an example. In order to walk on this floor, definitely I need friction. Definitely I need friction. If there is no friction, I will slip off and fall down on the ground, children. Friction should be necessary. But if is more friction, means if there were more ups and downs, I cannot able to walk. I may slip again. If the surface is smooth, the friction is low, and I use it to move fastly and with a lot of distance. Friction is the resistance to the relative motion. You try to write this point in your book, children. Very important. Friction is the resistance to the relative motion. So we'll discuss other topics in the next class.